trying to get this position correctly. It's hard to get it. There you go. This might be a little bit better. Let's see. Sorry. You gotta do the oil pan. To do the oil pan, you gotta do the take out the transmission. So the first thing they're doing to take the transmission out is there's 4. This has already been done before, I believe. Maybe you pop this up right here. There's the shift lever. You pop this up. I just fold it up like this. Get it almost all the way out of my way. You got right here, over here, and over here. They were screws. I'm pretty sure they're not supposed to be screws. And then this comes out. I honestly don't know what it's supposed to be. It's probably Torx or something, I think. Pull this up out of the way. Get this out of my way. So you got them 4 right there. You got the 1, 2, 3, 4. Get this up and out of my way. Those, I don't even know what those were supposed to be, what they are, or what they're supposed to be. Then you got this right here. I'm just going to pull this up and out of my way. Up and out of my way. And then, let me see. These right here are Torx T30, I believe. I might not even have to take this off. I could probably get there with the, maybe I do have to take it off. I can't remember. I will just take this off. This is 17 millimeter. This one right here. Not on there very tight. Too much light as I can. 17 millimeter. See what I mean about the you come in here with a regular ratchet, you're not even gonna get in there. You know you need that swivel action. 17 millimeter for this. Put this to the side. I'm gonna put that on magnet. And when I pulled it out this way. So we'll put this just the way it is. Put it back this way. It's supposed to go. Alright, that goes that way. And then this pops off like that. Set that to the side. And then now you're right here, you got these T30, I believe. Let's get this out of the way. T30, let's see what I got. I think they're T30. Get this out of the way. This comes off. This pops out. This right here, this goes to the front. This part right here. Like that. Pull it out. Pops out. Put that to the side, and we're pretty much done up here for now. And then like I said, we're done up here for now. And this end right here goes to the front right here. Alright, to the front. And then we're done up here for now. And what we're going to do is have to go down below. But we're going to do this step by step. And so this is basically just the first part in that. So this was, I just needed a 17 millimeter and then a T30. A T30. And then I just tapped it with the hammer. And then I'm just going to put the parts in the bed of the truck in a nice, neat order. And then that's all I'm going to do for right now today. But we're going to do the transmission. I'm going to do the clutch. And I'm going to do the clutch. And I got to do the oil pan. In order to get the oil pan, you got to take out the transmission. So we'll be doing the transmission. This is for the Ford Ranger. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Comment, rate, and subscribe. I know there wasn't much here. This is just the beginning. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make different parts. I'm gonna put them out there, and then then I'm gonna get it all together. Then I'm gonna put it in one video like that. That way it can be all together. Thanks for watching. Comment, rate, and subscribe. All right, so we're down below. I got a pan right here. I put a pan down right here. I already cracked that loose. That's 24 millimeter. This is towards the rear right here. This is the cross member. This says drain right here. That's where you fill it. We're gonna drain this so when I pull out the shaft, out the drive shaft, it's not gonna leak. And when we're gonna drop it out, we're gonna change everything anyway. So just to show you, I mean, look how nasty that is. That's the oil pan. We'll have to do that oil pan. Have to do the valve cover gasket. It's just leaking everywhere. Already loosened that. That is a 24 millimeter. It wasn't on there very tight. 24 millimeter. I just don't want to splash it everywhere. Gear oil. Let it drain out. So like I said, that was a 24. You can see all this. There's some stuff on it. We're gonna wipe that off. Metal shavings. We'll go ahead and wipe all that off. That's what I'll do right now. I'll get this. It's got metal shavings. Wipe it off. Just wiping it off. Just getting those metal shavings off before I go putting it back. It's just this whole thing right here is this is a magnet right here. This whole piece right here. Just wiping it off. You see some of the stuff it has on it. I'm trying to get the slide in here properly. Just letting that drain. Wiping this drain plug off. And I'll let it drain for a couple more seconds. And then I'm just going to put this drain plug back in. That's what the drain plug looks like. Let it drain. Most of it came out. Should be good now. That's fine for now. I'll drain the rest of it later. I'll put this back in. Don't cross thread it. Make sure it goes in there nice and straight. We don't have to torque it down or anything. We're just going to push it down. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to come to the drive shaft. Another thing is the vehicle right now is too low. I'm going to have to raise it up because I got a transmission jack, and I'm going to use that transmission jack. Let me move the light, and then I'll get the camera over there to what I'm doing over here. Sorry. Damn it. Sorry about that. Over here. This is the drive shaft right here. These are 12 millimeter, 12 point. And I already broke them loose. And what I used to break them loose is because I put the transmission in neutral. I use this right here. Let me see. I just use a strap wrench like this, and I wrapped it around it, and I just held it. So I got the strap wrench. It was like a 2-piece strap wrench for, like, you know, cheap as hell from Harbor Freight. So put it on there, and it keeps it from moving around while you bust those loose with the wrench. 12 millimeter, 12 point, and I already busted those loose. 12 millimeter. And I'll just remove those. You always, anytime you're taking anything apart, you want to put them nice, and you want to put them somewhere where I'm already thinking like I got to already put back together. So you got to make sure everything's put where you're gonna find it when you take it apart. Once again, it's 12 millimeter, 12 point. It was a little difficult to break it loose when I broke it loose, but it It wasn't too hard. I held here with the strap wrench. The strap wrench worked fine. I got that strap wrench from Harbor Freight. You don't need no fancy strap wrench. Now, you see, camera's a little bit. And I'm going to mark it too, just in case. So we put everything back to the way it's supposed to be. Making a mark right here. You get a mark right there. So that one goes with that one. And this goes right there. Scary. So you gotta make sure your head's out the way, which I did. Make sure my head was out of the way. And so it just kind of fell. Let me get the light so you can see. So let me see. Drop down like that, right there. It landed on that plastic piece, which is good. And let me see. I'm just gonna pull this out, right there. I'm gonna pull that out. I just had to bang it around a little bit, and I'm gonna pull this out. And you know what? Get this piece of wood right here, just in case it falls. Just got a piece of wood right here. Just pulling it out. There you go. That's it. And we may just want to change the that was it. It's pretty easy. Just pull it out right there. That's the rear of the transmission right there. Rear of the transmission. I pulled that out. Came out like that. That's it right there. Probably just change these U-joints out. Probably just change those out while we're at it. And that's the rest of it right there. I just loosen those 1, 2, 3, 4 12 millimeters, and I use that strap wrench right there to hold the it. While I be careful when you're slapping it right there. When you're slapping it, it could fall on your head. You know, that's why I moved the camera out the way. That's why I moved my head out the way, because it's just stuck on there a little bit. And that's how you would change right there. The that's where you would change the pinion seal right there. Actually, I still have the pinion seal. I think I was gonna return it, but I might as well just do it, I guess. We'll change the pinion seal. So there it is right there. It's just those 4 bolts. And you pull it forward and it comes off. There's a shaft right there. And it comes off. There's the transmission. And it came right off of there. And then so that's it, guys. We're just doing step by step. We're just doing step by step. We drained it 24 millimeter. And then we pulled the shaft off. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna come in here and disconnect those electrical connectors. Get some of those electrical connectors. And then I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna bust that loose right there. And to get that loose, you just push this plastic piece in. You just push that up. This in right here. Just push it in. Actually, I think I got the tool for it. It just looks like this and goes in here, pushes like that, and then it comes out for the slave cylinder. And then from there, what I'm gonna want to do is I'm gonna probably want to start getting the bolts maybe from the top. I believe they're 12 or 13 millimeter, like those ones right there. And then start getting the. Actually, I gotta get the starter out. I'm gonna take the starter out, and then after I take the starter out, I'll loosen the bolts on the top up, take them out, and leave maybe 3 or 4 here. And then once I leave 3 or 4 down here, what I'll do is I'll get these right here. Damn it! Hold on. Sorry. I'll get these right here. This one. There's another one right here. And if you hold on, I'll tell you what size those are. Give me a second, I'll tell you what size those are right now. Let's see. 16. I'm not a 16. 15. That's a 15. And that is not a 15. Over here, on this end over here, sorry, 15 and what size is that? It's an 18. So we got a bust that loose. Oh, I got it loose. Good deal. It's already loose. It's not going to give me any problems. This one's a 15 over here, and this one's a 18 over here. So we'll loosen those ones, and then also, let me see. I think it's a 17 or a 19. Let's see if this is over here. And then see, some people take these off right here. I'm not going to take these off. This and this connect to this whole member right here. And this member connects to up there. I'm just going to remove these right here. Where's my finger at? Oh, there it is. I'm going to remove these. This one and the other one. I believe they're 19 millimeters. I'll take a look right now. See what it is. 18, 19. Yeah, right here. These are 19 millimeter. So I'm gonna take these two off, that one and the other on the other side. I'm gonna leave these alone, the ones that are lower right here. I'm gonna leave these alone right here. I'm gonna leave those. I'm gonna take these off, that one and the other one, and then I'm gonna take off this one, 18 millimeter, and this one over here, 15 millimeter. So 18, 15, 19 up there, and that one looks like another 18 down there probably. You don't gotta take those ones down there. The ones that are right down there, you don't have to take those off. Some people do, but you don't have to. You just gotta take these off right there. Because this whole cross member right here, this whole cross member right here is gonna come off. And it's gonna come off without the transmission. So I don't need to take those off. I just don't need to. So it'll be pretty easy. I'm just gonna take, like I said, this whole cross member off. And then, but before I do that, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna loosen the bolts. And I guess I ought to tell you what those are too. Let me see if I can. Let's see if we get in here and maybe I could tell you what those are. If you can see right there, there's one right there. I just want to, right there, that one right there, they should all be the same size as that one. So let me just see what that is real quick. I think it may be a 13 or a 13. In here, I'll tell you what it is. Yeah, 13. So all the ones going over here should be 13, and there's another one on this other side over here. I gotta take the starter off, but all these ones around here are 13. But you see all this oil, it's like everywhere right here. It's one of the main reasons we're doing this. It's just I don't like doing things half-ass. You know, sometimes it's, believe me guys, I know how it is, man. Customer brings you something, they have no money, and they want something done, and they just tell you to do it. I know how it is, I really do. But when all chance is possible, you should do as much as you can for the customer, because what happens is the customer, if you do a good job, will come back to you, and that's what happens is they're always going to come back to you, and then so it pays off in the long run. That's why people that try to make a quick buck, it doesn't work out in the long run for them, is because you know, they're trying to make a quick buck. But so overview I guess is what we did was in the first video we went up above, we loosened up the shift lever. That's a 24 millimeter. I drained the oil. Goes over here. Those over there were a 12 millimeter, 12 point. So I took those out. And after I took those out, I banged it a little bit, dropped, so you can be careful with that. Make sure it doesn't bop you in the head. Make sure you have something down below, maybe, so it doesn't hit nothing and damage anything. And then right here, you just pull this forward, and that pops off right here. comes right out from there. And then after I do this, I'm gonna go and disconnect the electrical connectors. And once I disconnect the electrical connectors, I'm gonna take the transmission off, and that's gonna be the next video. But and after I do all that, then I'll come right here, and this is a 15 millimeter. On the other end over here is 18 millimeter, and you don't have to get those ones down here. You don't have to get these. You do not have to get these. Some people get those. You don't have to get them. Just get the 19 millimeters that go up here. The 19 millimeters that go up here. One here and one on the other end. And then this whole cross member will come off from there. And then that's gonna come off. And then once that comes off, all we gotta do is put the transmission jack. Looks like I might have to take this this cross member off. Maybe. Looks like it. If I have to, I have to. If I don't, then I don't. We'll see. So anyways, we're taking it step by step. All we did was take off the drive shaft, basically. Drained the oil and took off the drive shaft. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Comment, rate, and subscribe. So, here we are. I got that jack stand, that one, and that one. It's important to be safe. You want to make sure you're safe. These are 6 tons and those are maybe 4 tons, something like that. I'm gonna have to get up in here. I can't really get it when I'm cranking on stuff. I really can't film when I'm taking it out. This plug right here, you just pull. There's 2 connectors. One of them broke off right here. You just pull it out like that. There's another one over there. That one also is just like almost like that. It's just you pull them out. You pull that out. It comes right out. And then the other connector over here is for the oxygen sensor, which is hanging here out of my way. I just hung it out of my way. And that's for in there. And this is what I was talking about. You don't have to loosen these right here because it just hangs on that. Once I loosen the whole entire beam, then it's gonna I'll be able to just loosen it from there. I already loosened that one, 19 millimeter. I loosened that one, 19 millimeter. Like I said, I got that one. See, when I'm under here cranking on this thing, there's stuff dropping everywhere. It'd be dropping to the camera's face and everything. It's just, that's why I gotta do it and then show you what I did. Right here, this thing, I loosened this. All I did was I got a screwdriver and I pushed this white plastic piece. This white plastic piece right here, I pushed it in. You want to make sure it's in all the way around. And then you just hold here and you pull it out. So that plastic piece right here, you push it in all around, you push it in, and you grab here, and then you pull it out. And then, let me see. I mean, you can see, like, it's disgusting, the oil. I mean, I took off the power steering pump, and some oil came out of there, but this is from before. This has been like this, and it's just like ridiculous amount of oil. It just, actually, I told the owner this car ain't even worth putting all this stuff into it, but they want to do it anyways, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it properly. It's the customer's decision, so whatever the customer says. That one right there, this bolt right there, I loosened it already. That's 13 millimeter. That one right there, that's a 13 millimeter also. And then actually, you know what, now we're flipping around. I already loosened these also. Let me see. We got one right here, 13 millimeter. Let's fucking light it. This light is hot. What the hell's in my way? Get out of here. There's another one right there. Up there. Or this one, 13 millimeter. That one, 13 millimeter. Let me make sure. Hold on. 13 millimeter. Let's see. I gotta take you out of the way because it's gonna drop stuff on it. Let me make sure. Yeah, 13. So, let me see. My right go. This is 13 millimeter right here. My hand's getting dirty. Definitely difficult positions to get into. 13. These are on this side over here, which is this is the front of the vehicle. This is the front, and then these are the ones I was talking about. He's about to drop on my face. That oil drop. That's 13 millimeter. That's 13. See, it just dropped. See, he's leaking as we speak. That's a rear main seal. It's just leaking. This is the starter right here. Let me try to get this light over here. Let me see. It's the starter right here. This right here came, well, actually popped off. Oops. This is a little, it's got a little push right here. You push it, pulls out. I'll fix it. And then there was a nut right here on this. That was a 13 millimeter. So right here. My own hands in my way. Sorry. This right here, 13 millimeter. Oh yeah, you want to, if you've been following my videos, I already disconnected the battery cable, but you want to disconnect the battery cable so that this isn't live. It's 13 millimeter nut right here. I pulled that off. I just used the, to get that off, I used 13 millimeter deep, 1/4 inch drive, and then this comes off. And then also over here, this bracket right here, there's a nut up there. And it was also 13 millimeter. I just used the same 1/4 inch ratchet. And because I'm going to be taking the oil pan off and this is in my way right here, I took that bracket off. If you're not doing the oil pan, you don't have to do this. And you don't even really, but see, that comes off. I'm going to pull that all the way out off to the side like this. Just get that out of my way right there. And then, let me see. I don't want stuff falling on the camera. Let's pull these out. I already loosened these. These are 13 millimeter. There's one. Put that to the side. This. Hold on. I just had a ratchet wrench. Where the hell is it? Maybe I should try to bring my little tripod. So this is just and you should definitely be wearing safety glasses when you're doing this, because stuff's going everywhere, going in your eyes. Well, it will go in your eyes if you're not wearing safety glasses. These bolts look all the same. See, there's not even enough room to get in the ratcheting wrench right here, I don't think. Let me get my, I think I got a 1/4 inch. Stuff's just trying to not to go under it. See, stuff's just falling. Once again, these are 13mm. So the nut for the starter is 13mm. The three, there's 3 right here. You can see where they are for the starter. Those are also 13mm. Actually, this job so far is pretty easy, and I'm saying that respectively because you know, somebody has to get this done in a couple of hours. I mean, it's not easy by any means, but so there you go. There goes the starter. Starter's coming out. Shit. Pull the starter out. Set it to the side. So it was just them, those 3. And, so that's just the 1, 2, and 3. And I don't know what size those bolts are for the oil pan. And this thing's just dripping as we speak, though. Looks like we got another bolt right there. Right there. Should be also 13mm. And there's another one. Let me get my flashlight. There's another one right there, and then another one right there, and then there should be 2 other ones up there, and then after I get the ones on the top, the very top, I'm gonna leave these 2 right here, these 2, and probably maybe this one and the other one that's on the same area on the other side. And then that way it could just hold it there. You can see this thing's like ridiculously leaking though. I mean, it's just as we speak, it's leaking. It's dripping as we speak. It's probably leaking everywhere from the rear main seal. You can see how bad it is from here. You can see where there's fresh dropped oil. So you could tell when it's fresh dropped oil because it's kind of cleans it a little bit. So it's definitely rear main seal leaking. Oil pan gasket leaking. It's just once vehicles reach a certain age, they just start leaking and leaking and leaking, and there's just no stopping it. No matter how much you work on the damn thing, it's gonna leak like crazy. And this is just from working its way back this way. So once I get those, it's hard to see where the bolts are. You can actually see it. Let me see if I can get it. Let me see. If you look hard right there where that connector is, there's a bolt right there. I'll just get in there with the long swivel. And in all reality, to get those, I can loosen this up. I can loosen all this stuff up right here. I can drop this cross member, and when I drop that cross member, I could put that little scissor jack right here, and then lower the scissor jack and pull down on this, and it should give me more leverage, more room to get those bolts on the top. And that's something I've had to do before, to get the bolts that are way up, like you could barely see them from here. And you know, you got to use a long extension. You could actually see one right there. See it right there. So you can see it's kind of difficult. You got to have a long extension. You got to go through this way. But what happens is, if I loosen this cross member right here, then I could pull down on here. I could pull down right here. I could pull down, and it's going to give me more room to get back there and to get those bolts. Like I said, I'll leave something here like a scissor jack so that I can have space to work. As far as this thing ain't gonna bother me none. It shouldn't bother me none. I should have plenty of room to drop this down a little bit and pull it out. This, I'm not even touching this. No, I'm not gonna have to touch that. It's gonna come out fine just like this. I don't have to touch this cross member right here. I'm just gonna I'll put the what's it called? The transmission jack right here, and then I'll strap it, and then I'll get those last bolts right there, and I'll pull it back and then drop it down. And that's it. This job's pretty easy, really. I mean, it's not all that bad at all, really. I'll have it out tomorrow for sure. It'll be out. The hardest part is going to be getting those top bolts up there, because it's hard to see them over there. But I'll get them out. I got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4. About 4 on this end. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, about 4 on this end. 4 on this end and 4 on the other, for a total of about 8 that hold this transmission to the block. And you can see everything inside of there. Throw out bearing, clutch, and everything. Coming out tomorrow. Not bad job, guys. I lifted it higher than I've had it in recent days, so that I have more space to get in here. As far as a do-it-yourselfer job, this is definitely do-it-yourself. Definitely capable of doing this for do-it-yourselfer. It's really easy, honestly. Hardest part is going to be getting those. I'm just going to go over there with the swivel socket and a long extension. That's it. That's all I'm going to need to get in there. So, anyways. Alright, guys. Take it easy. Comment, rate, and subscribe. Alright, here we are again. This is the front of the vehicle that way. I'm under it. That bolt right there, I have not removed. That bolt right there, I have not removed. I removed those two, that one, and the one on the top, actually. Let me flip around. I'll show you actually how I got to that. I went in through here to grab a bolt up there. I'm trying to... There's a bolt that is, you gotta come through this way. There's a bolt up there, it's a 13mm. Just fucking shit in my way. And then you come through this way right here. Come through this way right here, up with some swivels. I just use those wobble extensions that you see in my wobble video, you got to go way back there. Way back there where that connector is. There's one back there, so those two up there are pretty difficult to get to. And then these two over here on the other side and this side, right there and right there, I took those out, so it's just really connected by these two, this one and that one. And this is let's see. These are the ones I removed so far. The shorter ones, the ones in the middle, the shorter ones are from way up above. These others on the side, that one, that one, that one, and that one, are the ones that are coming this way. The two above the starter and the two on this other side, the passenger driver side. And that bolt right there is just from the cross member that was on here. Those two that were going up right here, which connect. Get my flash and I'll show you. Those two under there, right there. From the bottom, once I broke it loose, it came loose easily. 19mm bolts. And then this came out easy enough. It's just one bolt that runs through there and another bolt that runs through there. Once you have that loosened from the transmission, those two bolts, and you loosen this, be careful, it flops down, drops down. And I just put the bolt back. I put the bolt back right there. Like I said, there's an 18mm and a 15mm. And before I loosened that though, I temporarily supported it. The brace goes right here, obviously right here, and then I temporarily supported it to the left over here. What I'm gonna do is I still have those two bolts connected right there, that one and that one, so it's not gonna drop regardless on anyone. And you would have to push it back from this to get it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some help real quick. I'm gonna get this transmission jack right here. You see some guys in videos and they're just laying things on their chest. If that thing drops on your chest, you lose balance and you drop it on your chest. It could kill you. It could do potentially a lot of damage. And this transmission jack, it's the 800-pound transmission jack. I personally, it's like $130, but I personally paid because I just returned some stuff that I wasn't using. I'm afraid I paid $90. I used a 25% discount. They said I couldn't use the discount. I said it's not a jack, or it's not a. They said I can't use it for floor jacks, and I said it's not a floor jack, it's a transmission jack. And they said no, you can't use it. I said whatever, and then I gave it to them for something else I was getting, and then it's item number 69234. So I walked out the door with this for $90, and I don't know about you, but $90 is worth something dropping on my chest and potentially cracking my ribs, breaking my fingers. You know, hospital bills are quite expensive nowadays. So anyways, so that's that. And I'm just gonna I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna get this close as I can, and I'm gonna put it up here, and I'm gonna hold it right here, and then I'm gonna have somebody loosen that up. I'm gonna slide that jack under there and jack it up, hold it, wrap this chain right here, wrap this chain up and around. There's a latch over there, and then drop it down. I might have to pick up the vehicle a little bit more in order to get it out of here completely. The hardest part of it at the moment was those two bolts that were up above. Those were hard to get to, but like I said, I went through this way to get one. I went through this way right here, and then I went through where the where the catalytic converter is over there to get the other one. You just need some those extensions, the wobble extensions, and double them up, triple them up, and use the I just used the standard 13mm socket. I mean shallow 13mm socket, and I just gotta loosen those two with the jack right here and pull it back, and that's what I'm gonna be doing. I need my two hands. I can't hold this camera while I'm doing that, and I don't want the camera in my way when I'm moving this around, but I'll show you when I drop it out. So I got the I got the transmission jack set up on it. You just gotta adjust it to fit properly. Just gotta grab the sides and everything, and real easy. You just pulled it out, just pushed it back and pulled it out, and you just, when you're pushing it back, you drop it down a little bit, then you push it back some more, then you drop it down a little bit, then you push it back, then you drop it down a little bit more, and that's it. It just comes right out. Nobody gets hurt, and, you know, you gotta be careful with this jack though, because you can do some damage. You know, don't put your fingers anywhere where this could fall. Don't put it right here. You know what I mean? But, there it is. That's out. And then the next, we'll be doing the clutch, and I gotta get the clutch kit, and I gotta take off that the flywheel, so I could get the rear main seal, and then we'll get this pan out. Hopefully I don't have to take any of this other crap out to get the pan out. You see it just dripping? It's just dripping right now. That rear main seal is just shot. It's just dripping right now. But there's the transmission. It's out. Disconnected all the lines. This is out of the way. I would definitely suggest get one of these things. I mean, save your money. If, you know, you're going to save tons of money by doing it yourself. Just get one of these things. Don't drop this thing on your chest. Just don't do that, man. It's highly dangerous to be doing that. And actually, this is okay, but I'd rather be using I could get some straps. You know, either way it works. But I don't know, man. Transmission jack makes it easy. All I did was I took off the weight. I took off the last two bolts right there, and I just pushed it back. It was simple. I'd lift it up, pushed it back, drop it down a little bit, push it back, drop it down a little bit, push it back, and it's out of here. And I guess I'll drop it all the way out and show you a picture of that. And there she is. There's our prize. It was really simple to pull it out with the jack. I mean, I can't say enough for really how easy it is to do it with when you have a jack. Transmission jack. Once a car, I think this car has like 300,000 miles. This truck. I have a what I typically like. Once I reach 250, 300,000, I look into getting rid of it. Why? Because it just leaks from everywhere. It costs more. The money that you're able to put into a vehicle, you might as well just go get a used one with decent miles. That's one of the places it's leaking from for sure. It's leaking from there. It means I gotta change that. Take that off, take the throwing bearing off, and it's got a seal right there. Change that. It's like it was leaking from up here. Valve cover gasket leaking down. Who knows? It's just leaking from everywhere. Whatever. See, it's leaking. Valve cover gasket up there. Get up there. So, this bolts right there, 12mm maybe. Take them off. Clutch comes off. Gotta take that off, and then that looks like engine oil. Change the rear main seal. get the oil pan gasket. Like I said, hopefully we don't have to take anything else off to get the oil pan gasket, just this stuff. But I think I'll probably just take the clutch off first to get it out of the way. That's it. There's a large gaping hole the transmission came out of. Like I said, you don't have to remove that the lower part. It just connects to here with that 19mm. You take that off, just moves out of the way. There's one clip right here that was connected to this wire, and then that's connected to the transmission right there. It was actually right here. Right here. It was clipped into right there. So be careful with that, because if you're trying to pull this out by bench pressing it, you can't stop bench pressing it and go up behind on the top and then pull the connector out. That's why it's important to have a, transmission jack. You can't stop doing what you're doing when you're bench pressing the damn thing off your chest. I think probably doesn't weigh that much. I'll say it weighs at least 90, 100 pounds. Shit, maybe I'll weigh it. See how much it really weighs, just in case any of you are interested in actually doing it. That's it. Well, the bolts that I was talking about that were the most difficult to get to was up there. There's one up there that's difficult to get to, right there. You just come in. I got it from the below here, down here, came up through the side. And then there's another one that's also difficult to get to, right there, back there. So you have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8 up there. So there's 8. Give you a good look. There you go. I would say one of the most difficult parts of the job would probably be like as far as frustration goes, and if you don't have the correct tools, because you do need a long extension. I just used I actually show you the combination that I used. It was around here. Oh well. Actually, here it is. Let me see. I use this combination right here with the 13mm. Has a 13mm on it, or 12. Yeah, 13. And I went in there with that. And this is the thing I got for, they sell them for $10, but it makes the world of difference because they wobble around. You could get in the spaces. I use this for both of those top 2 bolts to get them. I just have my stuff laid out here. Just using. Those are all the bolts that came out. Alright, that's it. The difficulty level, I would say about a 6. About a 6, it wasn't too bad. Especially when you have the transmission jack. Without the transmission jack, you're going to have a lot harder time. With the transmission jack, it just made a push of a button. Turn the knob, pull it out, turn the knob, pull it out, turn the knob, pull it out. It took me an extra 5 minutes to get it adjusted properly. You want to get the jack adjusted properly and everything. But, whatever. He wants to put a new clutch, and I'll do it. We'll do it. Whatever. It's not that bad. Making videos for you guys. That helps. Alright. Thanks for watching, guys. Comment, rate, and subscribe. I guess we'll be doing a different video for the, I'll just put like for the clutch. Take the clutch out and change the clutch. And then I guess the oil pan gasket too. That could be another whole little small video or series or whatever. Still got to do the oil pan gasket. And then I still got to put the
power steering pump. This is what I'm talking about with vehicles you get this money. It's like everything's leaking. Everything. And you see, just to take the oil pan gasket out on this thing, you got to remove the transmission. And most do-it-yourselfers, they're really not trying to do that. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Comment, rate, and subscribe.